Well, Ed Bethel was a friend and colleague to many who worked in the trenches with him during some very pivotal moments. Fern Carey has that angle.
A close personal friend and colleague of the late Ed Bethel, former Deputy General Manager and former Deputy Chairman of the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, Louis Hanchel, acknowledged Bethel as one of the pioneers in Bahamian television and radio, recognized as one of the voices of the nation, forging the way forward with the late Sir Edward Charles Carter, Kelsey Johnson, Carl Bethel, Elmer Russell Roll, and others. He recalled that the late chief TV anchor and TV producer launched his broadcasting career at ZNS at a time when the corporation was still dominated by expats.
We were the persons who laid the foundation, the Bahamian staff who became the pioneers. He was a journalist, a broadcast journalist, and he took his work seriously. And in that period, most people who worked for ZNS became dear and precious to them. And it was all our first love. We dedicated it. We've treated it as if nothing else mattered. We were that dedicated to making sure that whatever happened in ZNS was done professionally because we were laying the foundations.
Bethel passed away on the birthday of his dear friend Hanchel on Monday, March 13th, a day Hanchel described as bittersweet.
I think the nation is powerful, losing him. But we can all learn from the tremendous gifts and talents he had as a pioneer in broadcasting, as a reporter, as a diplomat, as a churchman, as a sportsman, as a husband and father who loved family.
Chairman of the BCB, Picewell Forbes, says Mr. Bethel was someone who loved the mic, especially here in the radio department.
Ed had a great voice and impeccable delivery. He had a very strong presence over the years, and whenever he opened his mouth, you knew it was Ed Bethel. He became one of those what we call pantheons in broadcasting. He became a manager in Freeport in the Northern Service, and where he made his mark. And the staff until this day would call him Eddie B, and be saddened by his passing. No matter what you would have done with Mr. Bethel, he always felt most comfortable behind the microphone.
After retiring from the BCB, Bethel made his mark in the private sector at Love 97 and Guardian Radio, where he trained and mentored scores of young journalists, and he also served in the diplomatic corps. Veteran journalist, CEO and president of Wendell Jones Communications Network and ambassador to the United States, His Excellency Wendell Jones says he and Bethel shared an enduring friendship.
When I joined the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas in 1972, Ed was the person who took my application and phoned me back on the same day to tell me that the general manager wanted to see me because they wanted me to begin immediately. And so I owe my initial training in news reporting to Ed Bethel, who was the news editor at ZNS at the time.
Preparations are now underway for Ed Bethel to be laid to rest. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Fern Carey.